100 of the greatest sci-fi movies as ranked by me, your boy Seed, the host of most of the things you'll find right here on Paprika, baby. We're talking about 100 science fiction movies, one a day for the first 100 days of 2022. Trying to start your year off right. By the looks of the comments, I've done no such thing as start your year off right. People are salty all up in here. I was not expecting, although I'm also not surprised to see the level of brininess of people. According to the people, every movie on this list, I should have 100 number ones. According to people, how did you rank it this low? Today we're talking about Return of the Jedi. Number, what is it, 69? I think it is. Oh, have we hit the 60s? Oh, buddy. Yeah, because I think Under the Skin was 100 or it was 70. Let me go back and just double check this real quick. Yeah, 69. Yesterday we talked about Under the Skin, and if you haven't watched that movie, whoa. That's one of those, man. It's like after a stressful day of work on a Tuesday, that's not the one you want to unwind. But this is one, man, much lighter in tone. Number 69, we've cracked the 60s, man. We're rolling this bad boy along. Return of the Jedi. There might be some saltiness out there in Paprika about this is the first Star Wars movie to make the list. I think we've seen 2 treks by this point, Into Darkness and First Contact. This is our first of the wars. First of, if memory serves, 3-4 wars are on the list. This is the first one, man. 1983 joint. Why does no one remember this director's name? Richard Marquand. Makes you wonder. The Empire Falls. Luke Skywalker leads a solo, not a solo. Why did I say a solo? Maybe I'm thinking about Han Solo. Maybe I'm thinking about the movie Solo. Leads a mission to rescue his friend Han Solo, there it is, from the clutches of Jabba the Hutt, while the Emperor seeks to destroy the rebellion once and for all with the second dreaded Death Star. Somehow the Emperor's here. Listen, does it rehash the first movie? A little bit. Hell, The Force Awakens isn't too, but I think Force Awakens is on this list somewhere. I'm not sure. Interesting. Can't think of it. If it is, I have no idea where it's placed. But yeah, man, it's as far as the thing about Return of the Jedi, it's weird, is I know that I've talked to people my age, and for some of them, the same thing happened. We all really loved Return of the Jedi when we were younger. And then as we grew up, that love turned to Empire Strikes Back, which is easily the darkest of the trilogy. And I'm not sure why that is. I mean, it is widely acknowledged as one of the best, if not the best, Star Wars movies there is. It's way up the list, Empire Strikes Back. But I'm not sure when the transition or why the transition occurs from Return of the Jedi to Empire Strikes Back. But with Jedi, when I was in my early teens, maybe mid-teens, I guess like 15, 16, I watched Return of the Jedi on VHS so often that my mom ripped the film out of the VHS and threw that shit in the garbage. I didn't have a job back when I was 14. I think I had a job when I was 16, so this might have been when I was like 14, 15. I didn't have a job back then. I didn't have money. That box set was like $40, and when you have $0, 40 is like $1 million. Today, I am almost 40 years old. $40 feels like $1 million sometimes. I had to scrape every penny from like birthday money and Christmas money to buy a new box set. So my dumb ass had 2 Star Wars, 2 Empires, and 1 Jedi that I could watch again. I wore this shit out. It's great at concluding the original trilogy. It's very emotional in that confrontation between Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. Does Darth Vader's actions absolve him of his sins? Absolutely not. But it is quite satisfying to see him toss an old man down a reactor shaft. Of course, Han and Leia finally get together. We get introduced to the Ewoks, and that's why this movie is ranked so low for me. It's those goddamn Ewoks. Listen, it's jungle warfare. It's Vietnamish. Of course, the home team's going to have the advantage with the Ewoks. But the technical superiority that the Empire shows up with, they should have blasted those cats off the fucking map Guerrilla warfare or no, laser bolts versus sticks and stones, this should be an incredibly lopsided venture. But yet somehow the Ewoks pull it out with classic gags like tripping your ATSTs, which is like the Star Wars version of like a small child sneaking and tying two shoestrings together. It's just kind of silly in how the Ewoks managed to win the day, but whatever, man. 3PO gets his little chance to shine here as the Golden God. We get Lando has joined the team. Obviously, that whole opening scene with rescuing Han Solo is like, you talk about an Act 1 set piece. That's one of the best Act 1 set pieces that exists in film. Strangely enough, man, Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, also a great Act 1 set piece before it all kind of goes off the rails in Act 2. Yeah, this movie it closes pretty much all your loops and in a satisfactory function. There are other Star Wars movies that are higher ranked, but Return of the Jedi is just one that I find myself returning back to less and less these days. But that's not to ride it. It's still a great movie. 69 on the list is a respectable position, I think. But let me know what your thoughts are. I'm sure you've already turned this podcast off. We'll be back tomorrow, 24 of those sweet, sweet hours to talk more science fiction. Until then, you all take it easy and have a good one.